Hi and welcome to the second video lesson about string bending in country guitar. In this video we're gonna start looking at some of the bending techniques used to emulate the sound of a pedal steel guitar. I'm gonna show you the most common positions used and a couple of simple pedal steel type of licks to get you started. If you are on YouTube and want to follow this lesson with the tab, then just click on the link in the description box. If you're actually looking for the basic of the bending technique, then you need to check out the first video that I did on string bending. Anyway, I hope you'll enjoy it. Let's play the top two strings on fret 12. Now bend the B string a whole tone up and try not to move the top E string. Like this. Now to bend the string you won't be able to use the wrist motion as we did for the single note bendings, because moving the wrist will move both strings. And what we are trying to do here is bending one string and avoid moving the other one. See? So to do that you will need to use a motion that comes from the fingers. Keep the wrist and the hand still and just move the fingers. As you can see, I'm using the third finger on the B string and the fourth finger on the top E string. The reason is because I can use the second finger to help bending the string and the index to mute in a similar way we did in the first video on single string bending. But you should try different fingerings and see what's best for you. Just make sure to bend the string mechanically, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't forget that the pedal steel guitar is pushing pedals to bend the string, so it's very mechanical, the sound. Okay, let's see how this will sound over a chord progression. Basically what we're going to do, we're just going to move this shape, the shape that I've just showed you, in different parts of the neck. The chord progression is very simple. It's one bar of A, one bar of D, one bar of E, and another bar of A. And you will find it on my website if you want to jam over it. We're going to start here on fret 12, and this is our A chord. It's the A chord because we are basically playing the top two strings of this shape. Or, I don't know how you play it, but that's like an A chord, and we are playing the top two strings. Okay, so to play the D chord, you have to go down here on the 5th fret, and to play the E chord, you have to move it up on the 7th fret, because that's where the E chord is. And then you'll go back to the A chord. So it's one bar, one bar, one bar, and one bar. And this is how it goes. Once you're familiar with the first shape, then practice this other one, which is very common. 16th fret on the G string, 17th fret on the top two strings. And we're gonna bend the G string a whole tone up. So that's again an A chord. Now practice this shape in isolation as we did before, with something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And once you're familiar with these, then apply to the chord progression as we did before. So this is our A chord. For the D chord, you have to move it down to the 9th fret. See the D chord there? And for the E chord, you just move that up 11th fret. Okay? Now let me just give you a little trick for this position, which is pretty cool. Instead of playing all the strings together like this, just play them from the highest note to the lowest, like this, and then bend up. It makes it sound a little bit more like a pedal steel, like this. And this is how it goes. Now that you are a bit more familiar with the technical side of things, let's see how we can incorporate these movements into single note licks. We start on the B string, fret 12, bend it up a whole tone. While keeping the string bent, play the top E string on fret 12, then again the B string, which is still bent, then the 10th fret on the top E string, again the B string, then release it and end on the 10th fret. This is how the lick goes. Now let's try and use it over the chord progression we used before. So we're going to play on the 12th fret for the A chord, and then on the 5th fret for the D chord, on the 7th fret for the E chord, and then back to the A chord for the end. Now to fit into the chord progression, I'm just leaving out the very last note of the lick. So instead of, I'm just doing, and then I move to the next. Okay, this is how it goes. We start on the 16th fret on the G string, bend it up a whole tone and keep it bent. Then we play the top E string on the 14th fret, again the G string, which is still bent, then 17 on the B string, G string again, release it and finish on the 14th fret. And this is how the entire lick goes. As before, let's leave the last note out so we can use it over the chord progression. So instead of doing, we just don't play that last note, we only play, that's it. Okay, so this is the A chord, then the D chord is going to be down here on the 9th fret, and the E chord is 2 frets up on the 11th fret, and back to the A chord on the 16th fret. Okay, this is how it goes. I hope this provides enough information to get you started with the pedal steel imitation. Once you're done with this video, go and check out the other videos that I've done on string bending. Thanks for watching and hopefully I'll see you soon for more.